Hey, happy Tuesday! Who's about? Come and say hey, Don. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Right, first off, prize draw. So our last two winners were Leslie Lidard. I hope I've said that right and not butchered it. Yes, share it. I don't know what that's doing. Yes, pressing it. And Maxine Maria Payne, your prizes have been posted. On Saturday, we did beef and ricotta meatballs and it had 221 shares, which means we have two prizes in the pot. Here we go. So it's not number 6, it is number 205. Just gonna write it down quickly, 205. And hi ladies, how are you? Hi Margaret, hi Eileen. And dropping my iPad, hang on. And the next one is 108. Boom, prize draw done. Thank you for sharing. All you have to do, even if you're a newbie, hi Sarah, Sarah's a newbie. Even if you're a newbie, all you have to do is hit the share button and then comment shared and you are in the next prize draw. If you don't comment, sometimes I can't find everybody. So if you comment shared, I can find you. Just like Sarah has just done. Easy peasy. Right. We are doing slow cooker Chinese style pork. This recipe was sent to me by Becky Wykes and I have tagged her. I'm tweaking it a little bit to reduce the sins and bulk it up, so you can do the same. I will post the recipe and the pictures tonight once it is cooked, and I will also share the link to the mailing list and the YouTube channel because all the food recipes are put on the YouTube channel. Morning everybody. Right, how are you all diddling? I've tried to position this. Look, there's the slow cooker. I might just have to show you the slow cooker bit as we go along. Okie doke. Right, first up, let's get the lid off the slow cooker. So my slow cooker's empty, look. Here we go. Right, first up, I'm using frozen onions. So we'll just grab some of those. Didn't get any scissors out. How is everybody today? How are you doing? I've had a right productive morning already. I've been shopping, I've done my exercise, I've done all the ironing, I've got the kids to school. That was a little bit frantic because they weren't listening to me. They weren't listening this morning. Morning, Karen. I think the whole street heard me yawping. Get dressed! So I'm putting half a bag of onions in, like 1 or 2 onions is fine. Hi, Carol, thanks for the share. That back. I'm going to chop some peppers today because I've got some and they've been in my fridge for a few days, so if I don't use them up they're going to go off. So we're going to chop some peppers today. So we're going to put the onions on the bottom, then we're going to slice some peppers and we're going to put that on the top. Now I do like to keep my veg really chunky, so I know that I'm eating it. I didn't get myself a bin bowl, hang on. I need to grow some legs. Here we go. There's my bin bowl. Let me move that back there. So keep your veg chunky so it gives you something to chew. There we go. Just slice them up. Keep them nice and big. Chuck them in there as well on the bottom. I'm using all of these. This is all speed, so it's not going to do you any harm. It's all good for you. All good. Your potatoes just won't cook in the slow cooker. Is your slow cooker working properly? I mean, if I cook potatoes all day in my slow cooker on low, they are cooked. Maybe your slow cooker's not working that great. Or crank it up onto high, it'll definitely cook. Definitely. Oh, my washing machine's finished too. Told you I'm on it this morning. If I'm missing any of these comments, I'll do my best to go through. Thanks for the share, Verna. Hi, Annette. Thanks for the share. How is everybody this morning? So this is a really quick and easy recipe again. Everything I do is quick and easy. Sling it in the slow cooker. Leave it all day. Dinner's ready when you come home from work or when you get back from school run with the kids. Tuesdays are quite busy for us. So by the time we're all done, I just want my dinner cooked. And Tuesdays is my weighing day at Slimming World. So I want my dinner, I want to know what I'm having for my dinner, so I have to be organised. So if I have a good week, I stay on plan and don't celebrate with a treat. And if I have a bad week, it definitely needs to be good. And I've been really good this week, so I'm hoping for a good one. Last week I put on too. Right, all the peppers are in. So we've got the onions, I'll hold it up. We've got the onions and then we've got the big chunky peppers on the top. I am also going to add in some baby corns. This wasn't in the recipe, but it's all extra speed. I'm motivating you. Yes, come on, Tracy, we got this. Think, if you start now, how much weight you can lose by Christmas? I mean, we can't go anywhere, but you know, we'll be better. Oh dear. We booked a cottage thing for October half term. I'm just hoping they don't lock us down. Never mind, it is what it is. So I'm just slicing them all in half and chucking that on top of the peppers. Just bulking it up. And baby corns are very Chinesey, aren't they? Like, you always get baby corn in Chinese, don't you? Well, I do. In mine. You're going on a date night tomorrow night. Is that, oh, tonight. Oh, enjoy. Actually, we've not had one of those in a few weeks. Maybe I should try. Maybe I should try again. Do another date night. Right, okay. That's all the veggie bits in, okay? So we've got onions, chopped peppers, and baby corns, and we've kept it really big so we can chew our food. Next up, we're going to make the rub that we're going to rub into the chicken. Chicken? No, because we're not doing chicken. To the pork. We're not doing chicken. Right, it said brown sugar in the recipe. I am using the low-calorie granulated sweetener from Tesco's. I want 2 tablespoons of this in my bowl. So that's going to be free. And it is really light. So I was speaking to someone and she was like, I picked up that low-calorie sweetener and I put it back on the shelf because I thought the tub was empty. And then I picked another one up and she says it was the same. Yeah, it's that light. It feels empty. Don't ask me what's in it. Right, 2 tablespoons in there. Then we want some black pepper. Oh, what's happened to my grinder? One of the kids have probably been at it. Oh, here we go. I've loosened it. I'm just going to put a bit in. Just keep going. Can't see all these. How do you find the recipe for cheeseburger pasta? You can have a look on my page. If you can't, you can scroll through. Or I'm not sure if that's on the YouTube channel. I've just started that recently, so I update them as I go. So we've got the sweetener and we've got the black pepper. But make sure that you go to the top of the page, click follow and see first. I have done cheeseburger pasta. It's on the page somewhere. But it's easier to find them on the YouTube channel. What else do we want? Right, garlic and ginger. I'm going to use frozen again. Garlic and ginger. So garlic says around 2 cloves. I always put a little bit more in of frozen. It's not that much. I just grab a good handful. Let me open a new one. That one's all gone. I just find, you know, because it's frozen, it's not doesn't seem as powerful. So I'll whack a bit more in. I'm gonna chuck that in there too. And I've just noticed that's the ginger. So you want about 2 teaspoons of ginger. I've opened the wrong one, but that's fine. I thought, well, they both say ginger. Hang on, I need some more garlic. Where's the garlic? Where is the garlic? I'm out. Darn it! I'm out of garlic, people. Hang on, we're going to go with powder then. Don't worry. Garlic granules will do. Whack a bit more of that in there. There we go. I like garlic. Then, Chinese 5 spice. I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in. 1 or 2, up to you. Hang on. Into this bowl. We're just going to create a rub to put on it. There's going to be no oil in this, peeps. No oil. There we go. That's in. So we've got the sweetener, the black pepper, the garlic, the ginger, and the 5 spice. Now we're just going to give it a little stir. It's all on there. Just stir it all together. Don't put oil on. And then we're going to get our pork loin fillets. Now it said 1 kg of pork. That's quite a lot. What have I got? Yeah, I've got just under. So I've got 2 pork loins here. All I'm going to do, right, you need to make sure you've got all your visible fat off. That's where your scissors come in. So your meat is completely free as long as you remove all the visible fat, okay? So just get it all off. That's actually more muscle than fat. Just get it all off, cut it off, and then it's all going to be free. I find the loins of pork are really, they're good value for money, especially in Aldi, and they're really lean. Okay, once you've cut off all your visible fat, don't miss any. Turn it over, get both sides, get it off. Then we're going to rub in some of that we have just made, some of that rub. I'm going to score it so it gets right in there. Because this is all going to be like, it's going to all pull apart later, so it hasn't got to look neat, okay? Then I'm going to take a handful of the rub. I'm going to rub it in. And we're going to, once we've rubbed this in, we are going to place it on top of that vegetables. Get it all over it. Rub it all in. There we go. And then we're going to sit that on top of the veg. And then I'm going to do the other one. Where's my knife gone? I'll just bring that one over here. So I've got another pork loin. So this is going to do, a lot of people. Like, you can probably feed like 6 to 8 people with this. But what I'm going to do is this is going to do us for 2 days. So we're going to have it tonight. And then we'll have it tomorrow, but I'll just do it slightly differently. So tonight, and I'll show you because I've got to do the potatoes in a minute. You could have this with rice and vegetables, cauli rice, anything like that. But tonight we're going to have it with potato slices, and I'll show you why once I've done this because I can't multitask. Hang on. Just get that fat off of it. So it hasn't got to look neat because it's all going to shred later on once it's all cooked. There we go. Just make sure you've cut all your fat off. And you could freeze this as well. Take the rest of it and we're going to rub it all on. Your meat is moist anyway, so you don't need your oil to make it stick. Don't put cooking oil in it. That's where all your sins are. Yeah, if there's only 2 of you, just do 1 fillet. Definitely. Right, so I'm just rubbing it in. I didn't score that one, did I? See, told you. I can't multitask. I can't talk to you and think. It doesn't work. So just score it, get it right in there. So the flavour gets right in. Rub it in, and then we're going to plonk this one on the top as well. Yeah, so one loin will do. My brother might be coming as well, so, and he eats loads. He eats loads. Right, I'm just going to rub the rest of that that's on there in. Boom, job done. I'm just going to wash my hands quickly before we do the next bit. Can't see all the comments. Morning everybody, thanks for hitting the share button. If you have, just comment like Linda just has done. Thank you. Right, hands washed. Right, now we're going to make the sauce bit. So let me move that out of the way. Stick that in there. I'm a messy worker. Right, jug, tablespoon measurer. I'm gonna need some passata. I need some more scissors. Here we go. Right, so in here, just passata, you can get that from anywhere. You want about, it said about 1/4 of a cup or 60 mils or something. So I'm just gonna pour a bit in there. There we go, and the rest I'll use in another recipe or something. Right, so your passata's in there. Then you want your tablespoon measurer. And we've got dark and light soy sauce. These are just from Tesco. You want 2 tablespoons of each into your sauce mix. Let's open these up. Oh, that's the bum. Come on, gotta shake. The other soy sauce just pours out. Right, 1. That's the dark one done. Then we'll get the light one. So you can get these in Tesco's. My kitchen is beautiful. Thank you very much. I didn't have a kitchen when I moved in here. I've left those cupboards open at the back, haven't I? I didn't have a kitchen when we moved in. We ran out of money. My dad said we would. I saw this house when I just had Holly and I was out walking her in the pram, and I saw this house and it was a right wreck. And I walked by and I thought, we could do something with that. So 2 tablespoons of your light soy sauce. And I went up took Holly up my mum's and I was like, I just need to nip somewhere. Could you just watch Holly for me? And she was like, yeah, where are you going? I was like, oh, just going shopping. Just want to do it in peace. So she had Holly and I booked a viewing and I came and saw it and I absolutely loved it. Like, I could just imagine everything that I wanted. And Andrew came home from work and we had literally just finished our old house. And he sat down to eat his dinner and I said, I found another house and I think we're going to move. He says I'm like living with a whirlwind. So then I booked a viewing and I came back with my dad. Like, I'd already got it in my head. I'd already got this in my head. Like, I planned it out and they came in and Andrew, I could see what Andrew was thinking. Oh my God, look at all this work. Like, the whole thing needed gutting. It hadn't had a penny spent on it for like 60 years. So he was thinking, oh my God, she's going to kill me off. She never stops. And all I could see was this amazing house that we were going to build. And Andrew walked in, he was like, okay, it's a bit old and foggy. And I stood in the garden, I was like, I want this, this, this and this. Can you do it? And my dad looked at me and was like, well, yeah, we can do it. But you haven't got enough money to do it. So I was like, right, just do what you can do. And then we'll worry about the rest later. So we got our shell up and then I was made redundant and we moved in and we just made do. And slowly, I think James was, how old was James when I finally got my kitchen? I think James was 1. So we lived in here for like a year and a half without a kitchen, 2 years. It's all good, right. Hoisin sauce, that's next. So that's the story of the house. Look, you've got my whole life story. 2 tablespoons. This is where your syns is. There is 3 syns in 2 tablespoons. 1.5 syns of hoisin sauce per tablespoon. So this is where these measurers come in. If you don't measure your syns, you're just guessing. And when you're guessing, you can like just get it totally wrong. Okay, and that's when you go to weigh day and you get weighed and you're like, I've been really good, and you're like, oh, I didn't weigh that bit of cheese that's stuffed in my mouth, and I didn't weigh the hoisin sauce when I poured it in the food. Little things like that. Oh, and I forgot about the chocolate that I nicked off the kids. All of those, there's hidden syns, okay? So 2 tablespoons, make sure you measure them. Okay, 1, get in there, another 1. Boom. I have to watch Andrew because he really likes hoisin sauce, so then he'll just whack a bit more in and I'm like, no, don't do that, just put it on your own. Right, there we go. So let me check I've got everything. Right, it also said in the recipe to put oil in this. Again, I am not putting oil in it. That's where the syns is. And it also said cornstarch. I'm not putting cornstarch in. I'm leaving it as that. So it's got passata in there, soy sauce and hoisin sauce. I'm just going to stir it. And then I'm just going to pour it all over and in. Now, if it needs to thicken, what I'll do is I'll just, do you know your lid? Just like jar it so it's not on properly and turn it up to full for like the last 30 minutes. And usually that's enough for it to reduce and thicken. If it's not, then that's when, let me put that over there. That's when I would add in some xantham gum. So with this, I just put the a teaspoon of this in a little bit of water and I whiz it up with my hand. It's not called a hand whizzer, hand mixer, hand blender. And then it's like a jelly and then I'll just stir it in and that will thicken it up. But I'm not going to put it in unless I need it at the end. And this is free. Cornstarch and flour, you're going to have to sin it. So this dinner is going to come in at 3 syns for the whole lot. And it's going to do us for 2 days. Yes, it's like corn flour. So sauce, I'm just going to pour all over it and then I'll hold it up again for you to see. So there's not a lot of sauce in there. So it's going to reduce down really quickly. Look. I should be a consultant. I haven't got time to be a consultant. Like there's not enough hours in my day as it is. That's it. It's all done and in. I'm going to put my lid on and leave that cooking on low all day. Now I'm going to do the potatoes. I've made such a mess. Oh my God. Is anybody else as messy as me? Seriously. Right, spuds. God, yeah. Let me just get this chopping board. I'll get a plate. So I'm just going to quickly batch cook some jacket potatoes, and I do this all the time. So I've just been and bought 16 jacket spuds. So I'm just going to do these quickly. And all I do, well, I'm sure you know how to do jacket spuds. I need a big tray. I do them all individually, so just stab them. So I won't show you them all. And then I wrap them all up individually in tin foil. Yes, that's it, xantham gum, if anybody's asking. In the gluten-free section in your big supermarkets. I just wrap them all up individually. So you could do this, and you could do this, because it's like a Chinese style, like pulled pork. That's it. I'll just do them all at the same time. Yeah, so you'll find the xanthan gum in the gluten-free section. It's usually hiding like in a top corner somewhere. But look, I'll hold it up again. I know it's back to front, but you get the colour. It's like orange and beigey. So you could put the Chinese pork on top of a jacket potato if you want, or with rice, or with cauli rice. I'm just going to do this one bag. So that's one option. But tonight, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to save 4 of these. All I'm going to do is slice them quite thick. So I'm not going to peel them, but I'm going to slice them, and they're going to be like a good centimetre width. And then I'm just going to place them on this baking tray all over, just the slices, and spray them with fry light. And then I'm going to roast them in the oven, and then I'll turn them over after like 15-20 minutes and do the other side. I'll just fry light them quickly, and they come out and they're a bit like giant crisp, but they're stiff. And I did this with burgers the other day. We had burgers and I didn't want the bun because I'd have to sin the bun, and they all wanted buns. So I did this, and I put my burger between the potatoes, and I could hold it like a burger, and it was really good, and I didn't feel like I was missing out. So I'm going to do that tonight, because Andrew and Holly were like, these are better than potato wedges. So you could do this with potato, you can make potato wedges and put this on top of potato wedges, but mine really liked it when I did them. And then I can hold it up almost a bit like a pulled pork cob, if you say cob, bread roll, you know what I mean, okay? So that's it. I'm just going to do the rest of these spuds and save 4, but I'll just do that. They'll take about half an hour, and I'll post a picture so you can see. I'm just going to do the rest of these spuds. So I batch cook my jacket spuds. I'll leave them to cook And then when I get them out, they'll all be wrapped in their tin foil, and I just leave them on the side to cool, and then I put them in the freezer. So if ever I want a jacket potato, I literally just go to the freezer and I run this under a cold tap, and then the tin foil falls off, and I put it in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and I've got a proper cooked jacket potato, not a microwave jacket potato, because they're grim, aren't they? They go all like wrinkly and wizened up. And sometimes you don't want to wait an hour, but I do that for lunch as well. A lot of people struggle with lunch ideas, especially if you're at home on your own. So lots of jacket, that one's not very good, is it? Just chop that in a bit off, it'll be fine. So that's how I do my jacket spuds, and then I'll whack them in the freezer, and you've got one in like 5 minutes. So if you're rushing like for tea one evening, Holly loves a jacket spud with beans and cheese on. Job done. And you can have it for lunch. And this is this is free, and that's way better for you than eating something like do you know, if you're short on time, you think, I'll just grab a bar of chocolate. That's not going to fill you up, and you've had a load of syns. A jacket spud, like if you have a jacket spud for lunch with beans and your cheese for your healthy egg, that's going to fill you up with your salad on the side. That's way better for you than grabbing a sandwich or a chocolate bar or a bag of crisps because you haven't got time. So I do that all the time. Jacket spud in the freezer. So if you want any help, all you have to do is message me, and I will do my best to help you. I'm always about, if you've hit the share button, don't forget to comment shared so that I can find you and put you in this jar. Did you see I chopped the end of that off because it wasn't very nice? I don't waste anything. It all goes in. How long do you cook your potatoes for? How long do jacket spuds take? Is it about an hour? Is it an hour for jacket spuds? And then they're done. But it just means I've got them when I am rushing and I haven't got an hour to wait for a jacket spud. Because my go-to would definitely be a sandwich. Well, I am a sandwich fiend. I love bread. So that would be my go-to. So I try to avoid it as much as possible, bread. But these are good. Potatoes are good. And they're going to fill you up. That's the most important thing. There's nothing worse than feeling hungry. Like, I am evil if I feel hungry. Have you seen that quote about being hangry? That's me. Like, if I'm hungry, I'm unbearable. Andrew is exactly the same. And James, oh my God. You can't even have a conversation with James if he's hungry or thirsty. We went to Harry Potter last New Year's Eve. We'd booked to go and watch the Harry Potter studios. And we walked in the first bit, and it's like 3 hours to get around Harry Potter. And we walked in, and we got into the first hall, and we just listened to them tell us all about the first bit. And then James went, I'm thirsty. And I looked at Andrew, I was like, have you got his water bottle? And he was like, no. Have you? And I went, no. Oh my God. It was like an hour and a half of him being totally unreasonable because he was thirsty. And yeah, so I'm not very good if I'm hungry. So fill up on free stuff. It's okay to eat the free stuff. Okay, so that's all my jacket spuds. I'll bake them for about an hour, then I'll leave them on the side. Once they've cooled down, I'll whack them all in the freezer, ready to go. I will post the recipe later. I will post the pictures so you can see it like in a potato burger. And if you need anything, just let me know. We're still on jacket potatoes. What temperature do I cook potatoes on? I don't know. It's on about 190. Just keep checking. Once you stick a knife in and it glides in and it's cooked. They're really easy. And then, like I said, I get the one out the freezer. I run it under the tap so the foil comes off it, and then I literally just put it in the microwave for 5-10 minutes until it's cooked. And then you've got a proper jacket potato done. Right, okay, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.